Hi, this is Gil Cargill. Thank you so much for your interest in our webinar, Get More Leads and Appointments on Autopilot. In the next 17 minutes, I'm going to share with you how our program will help you increase your sales by 36% on average without you doing any additional prospecting, networking, cold calling, what have you. Artificial intelligence is the secret sauce that allows this to happen. I'm pleased to introduce the world's first artificial intelligence-powered business development autopilot specifically designed for businesses like yours. You're going to learn why old school marketing and prospecting just doesn't work anymore. You're going to learn how autopilot works and how easy it is for it to benefit your company and your profit and loss statement. We're going to show you the mistakes that salespeople are making here in the 21st century in their attempt to get new business and highlight best practices for business development. But before I dive in, allow me to introduce myself. I've been a sales acceleration coach since 1978. I've helped well over 7,000 companies sell more, and traditionally I've done it through sales skills training. But along the way, I learned that if you can give more leads that are qualified and ready to talk to a salesperson, to a sales professional, regardless of their skill level, he or she will sell more. From that moment forward, I have focused on helping my clients get more leads that are qualified and ready to buy, and as a result, these companies have increased their top line by 36%. I've also garnered a lot of recognition and awards based on my expertise in sales lead generation and management. Our autopilot system is a done-for-you service. The system is powered by artificial intelligence. And very much like autopilots that are utilized by airline pilots, it does work that the human pilots don't want to do because they're focusing on more important tasks. So while you're focusing on the more important task of selling your existing customers, serving your customers, dealing with employees, will allow Autopilot to generate leads for you on a consistent basis. Once those leads are generated, it will qualify the leads based on your rules of engagement. Based again on those rules, it will assign the lead to a predetermined follow-up campaign. You see, only 3% of the leads that are generated by any marketing strategy are what we refer to as now buyers. The 97% are future buyers, and we take care of those also. Autopilot will nurture those leads utilizing custom written messages that we provide you that will allow you to stay top of mind with all prospects all of the time. Autopilot will even book appointments into your calendar, and it is affordable by all. You see, we designed this system to address the major challenge facing marketeers today. Specifically, we don't know which message and which method and which channel works best to impress a stranger. As a result, Autopilot utilizes all available channels to get your customized messages, and we write those for you, into the brains of your prospects. But during these past 40 plus years, I've learned a lot about prospecting, and what I'm going to say may shock some of you. First, I want to say prospecting is not selling. Prospecting is, however, searching for now buyers or for someone who wants to buy. You can't prospect and sell simultaneously. Imagine what would happen if your salespeople stopped their initial calls and told prospects that they had to make sales cold calls. I'm sure that would be confusing and devastating to your sales efforts. You can't serve your existing clients and prospect at the same time. There's only so many hours in the day. As a result, your team of sales professionals are faced with daily time conflicts. Now, all salespeople and all entrepreneurs want more appointments as a result of getting more leads. But we have found that more leads actually increases your workload because you must sort and sift them regularly in order to find the people who are ready to buy. And last, but tragically not least, prospecting is the easiest activity to postpone. Now, if the following statement sounds somewhat like you, let's stay together for the next 10 minutes or so because I will help you solve these problems. We feel that old school business development, cold calling, networking, sending out tens of thousands of emails just isn't working anymore. As a result of the old school not working, you're probably not contesting all the decisions that are occurring in your market. Did you ever get to an account the day after or the month after they bought from one of your competitors and you didn't know they were shopping and they didn't know you existed? You see, I believe that the phrase "a day late and a dollar short" was coined for entrepreneurs and salespeople. If you feel like you've been constantly looking for a better way to generate leads and have tried lead generation services, have tried hiring telemarketers, have tried other companies, third-party companies, and they have not produced results, you probably will benefit significantly from Autopilot. If you're frustrated with your profits, I'm sure you'll benefit because our average client grows their top line by 36%. If you feel frustrated in growing your business, we need to talk. And if your month end is always a surprise in terms of revenue or new accounts or deals that you thought you would get but you didn't get, we need to talk. Now, I need to emphasize right up front that Autopilot is not a CRM. It solves the problems that I just talked about, but it doesn't do what a CRM does, and it doesn't compete with your CRM system. You see, CRM systems remind you to do work, and in our system, the AI, or the artificial intelligence, does the work for you. A few more questions, and again, I'm painting the future state for you. What would happen if you contested all desirable decisions all of the time? No leads ever slipped through the cracks. What would happen if you never again showed up a day late to compete for new business from a new customer? What would happen if you maintain proactively positive, valuable relationships with all prospects and all customers? You heard me right. We can maintain relationships with hundreds, even thousands of contacts on your behalf utilizing the power of artificial intelligence. What would happen if all active customers received messages from you inviting them to come back and buy some more, or buy again, or buy an additional product line? What would happen if all dormant customers were reactivated and solicited to either give you referrals and or come back and buy more? What would happen if all lost sales were revisited? Now, studies have shown that 45 to 63% of customers that say no or not now will buy an identical product or service to that which you sell within 1.5 years. So the key is to stay in touch with them perpetually. What if you knew what component of your marketing was producing a profitable ROI? If any of these questions were answered with a smile on your part, stay tuned. You see, the number one mistake that is caused by old school marketing is we're not there when the prospects want to buy. So as a result, your dollars are flying out the window. And this is because all business-to-business sales teams have roughly 173.5 sales hours available to them per calendar month. Our done-for-you service releases the workload on your salespeople from prospecting and cold calling. We do it for you. We utilize customized messages, and we tailor the processes to your unique business. There's some more challenges that Autopilot overcomes. First, as I said a moment ago, each new lead requires sorting and sifting. To be precise, 7 to 12 touches per calendar year. The Sales Lead Management Association tells us that 3% of leads are now buyers. 97% of the people visiting your website right now are future buyers. If you don't have the ability to qualify all of the now buyers and identify the future buyers, but once identified, stay in touch with them through a nurturing campaign, then odds are some leads will slip through the cracks and some of the investment you're making in marketing will be wasted. All salespeople and all entrepreneurs want to deal with now buyers, and candidly, most lack the time to nurture those prospects. Time is an important component of your success as it pertains to business development of new accounts and or new transactions. What percent of your inbound inquiries are responded to in less than 1 minute? You know, the people that fill out a form on your website or the people that leave a voicemail in your voicemail box. Studies show that 62%, let me repeat that, 62% of inbound calls to business sellers are never answered or responded to. Studies also show that if it takes you more than 5 minutes to respond, your chances of connecting with a decision maker are 89%. But on the other hand, if you respond in less than 1 minute, you have a 391% chance of connecting. In a phrase, if you're slow in responding, your prospects will go to the next person in the Google Map pack and do business with them. So we deal with what I call the magical intersection. This is where trust and timing coincide. You can't sell anybody anything of substance if they don't trust you. And you can't sell them anything of substance if the timing for them is wrong. The problem with traditional business development is you can get one or the other of those with a traditional prospecting strategy. One call, 1 or 2 emails, a letter, a postcard, whatever. But you can't get both, and you can't get both at the same time. That's the problem. Trust has to be built over time. Autopilot builds trust on your behalf by sending out valuable messages to your prospects that are the future buyers. When the timing is right for them, they will have created a relationship with you, they will trust you, and they will invite you to compete. So it's all about relationships. How many relationships do you maintain? Now, I define a business relationship as one where a decision maker who can buy the product or service that you sell defaults to calling you when they recognize they need the product or service. You should have top-of-mind awareness maintained with them proactively, and you have to do that. And that's why getting many more leads gets us out of touch with some of those leads. Remember, we have to touch all leads 7 to 12 times per year, and all of this adds up to a count of relationships. So if you aren't engaged in relationships with the vast majority of the decision makers in your market, you need Autopilot. If you've been wrestling with social media platforms, trying to post regularly on those platforms, you've inevitably run into time conflicts. We will do that work for you utilizing the power of artificial intelligence. So you will look like a much larger company without having to hire any additional staff. The reason this works is because of the chart that was produced by the Dartnell Sales Institute. 90% of salespeople, as you can see over there on the right in red, abandon their effort to get a new account after 4 touches. The study goes on to show that 90% of your prospects are ready to buy after 9 touches. The secret sauce is to get in touch and stay in touch with everybody. Autopilot is the best decision you can make today because of its fast and instant wins. With prices starting as little as $497 per month on a month-to-month basis, you have very little choice but to move forward with it. There's no training required for your team and no need to replace your existing software. We will program the system to make decisions based on your best practices. We offer it on a satisfaction guarantee, and most importantly, will maximize your relationships and maximize your opportunities. Now, the choice is really yours. You can hire more staff, and you can teach them social media, drip marketing, SMS conversations, LinkedIn connections, cold outreach, nurture marketing, broadcast voicemail, missed call text back, or you could use Autopilot. When you do, you're going to benefit from us doing social media posting for you regularly. Every Monday, you'll get a report from us letting you know what we're doing in your behalf. Never again will you invest money in a marketing organization and not know what they're doing until you wake up and say, darn, I'm spending a lot of money and I'm not getting a lot of leads. And you'll never feel like you're spending a lot of money with us. We will do daily drip marketing on your behalf. There's no limit to the number of text conversations that our artificial intelligence engine will drive for you. We will do LinkedIn prospecting on your behalf. We will do nurture marketing on your behalf. We will craft and send broadcast voicemails to enable you to have closer personal touch with your prospects and your customers. We'll provide you with the capability to respond to all phone calls within 1 minute. We'll provide and write custom email messages and sequences. And remember, this is all done for you. And the end result is you'll get more leads and more appointments. So again, our fees start at $497 on a month-to-month basis. If you have interest in this product, or more importantly, in the results the product produces, please call me at 310-447-4102. Don't let your competitor get Autopilot before you do. This is Gil Cargill, and I wish you good luck and good selling.